a lot of what you do has the word disclosure in it. Mm-hmm. And Steven Spielberg, his latest film actually changed the title to Disclosure.
I know. I should have copyrighted that.
Right. And I mean, Spielberg has a history of doing things with aliens, mm-hmm. In terms of topics in his mm-hmm. movies, the most famous of which, there's a few. There is Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, that's the best one.
There's also E.T.
E.T., that was sweet.
Yeah. But Close Encounters of the Third Kind, there was a guy named Jacques Vallée.
Mm-hmm.
Vallée.
That's the one who has that CIA document about
right.
abductions. Yeah.
And he was actually a consultant on that film.
Yes.
And you know Jacques?
Yes. I'm not knowing him well. I know of him and met him. But
okay.
And also J.L.N. Hynek, who had been head of Project Blue Book, was a consultant on the film.
Okay.
Makes a cameo appearance, actually, towards the end there, as a bearded, white-haired scientist. Yeah. And he was the head of Project Blue Book for the Air Force that studied UFOs.
I mean, when you see that film, Close Encounters, is there anything in there that's actually based on what you found?
Oh,
or is it all fiction?
No. Well, obviously, it's Hollywood. But actually, most of what's portrayed, it's like a docudrama. Most of what was in there was portrayed based on actual events that had happened. So the way it was explained to me, I know it when it was shown at the Reagan White House. President Reagan stood up and said, there are only a couple people in this room who know how true to life that film is.
Okay,
yes,
wow.
I know three people, I think two of them are dead now, who were in the screening at the White House when they showed that. So, it's a docudrama, great classic movie. Now, this new one, I have no idea what it'll be. I don't know Mr. Spielberg. I've met his son, Max, but I don't know him.
Well, Jacques Vallée was actually, there's a character based on him in that film.
Yes.
So not only was he a consultant, but they actually had a character.
Correct.
That was portraying to be him.
Right.
And of course, E.T. with the way E.T. looks, I mean, I don't know about the neck that goes up, but in general, these are very alien-looking kind of beings that you've seen in Hollywood and you've seen and so forth.
Right.
Was that based on anything, or was that just all fiction as well?
Well, I mean, I think some of them probably resemble somewhat like that, but it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to take, artistic license and do things that look a way that would grab people visually. But, I'm sure from what I understand, there are some ETs that would be similar to those. There are some that have a very triangular head, for example. We have one that came to one of our CE5 events that we have a photograph of. I was here, and a young medical student was here, and the ET was there. And
you sat next to an ET?
Yeah. Have you seen the picture of it? Well,
No.
I'll text it to you.
So you were right there with a living ET?
Yeah. And there was an elderly man who had had his hearing lost since he was a teenager. And that night he had contact with this being, and it healed him of his hearing loss. No one's on drugs either. This is a cool picture.
Okay, is it in one of these books that you gave me?
I'm not sure if it is.
But you're going to text me a picture.
Sure, if you want it.
You want to do it right now? So we don't forget?
I thought you had seen the movie Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
Of the fifth kind?
Yeah.
What's that?
You need to see, this is on the record, everyone needs to see Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
Okay.
I've seen them all.
You've seen this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is amazing.
Who made it? Oh, this is yours.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. And what is a fifth kind encounter?
It's where we intend and invite them to come.
Aha.
Yeah.
Right, because a close encounter of the third kind is contact, right?
It's just when you see a biological, even, an ET. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll send you one and then another one. This is at night, full darkness.
Okay.
And you'll like this, I think. And then I have another cool one where it was so cold we went inside and there were these two ETs that sat in our chairs that have these conical heads. It's less clear, but it's very cool. And then there was this cool, my favorite is this one. It's so abstract, but I call this the sort of a light beam, where it's an advanced species that's so advanced